Hi Stampers! My name is 𝘾𝙧𝙚𝙚 and I'm so glad you're joining me for this crafting experience. We're online. We're live across the world. What is it? November 21st. Can you believe it? I can't believe it. We're live from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. You might be watching this from, I don't know, anywhere. Stampin' Up! Is everywhere in the world practically. But the reason why I do these videos is because my club, my card club, which I've been holding for so many years, is actually online. So that means that anybody across Canada can contact me and I can send you a package of prepped projects and you can craft along with me. So that's fine if you just want to watch, no problem at all. But I think even more fun would be to craft along with me. So don't you worry if you're tuning in live, you can watch the replay forever. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure that you write in the comments where you're watching from. I love seeing who's tuning in. It makes me really happy to see the common passion that we share for crafting. So the projects that we're going to be making today are very much Christmas. And of course, normally, I'm looking up because my window is up. Normally it's like a winter wonderland out there here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. But this year I actually saw two people on motorcycles today because we don't have any snow. We had some at Halloween, but then, you know, it just went away and we still haven't had any more. So I don't know how many more days we are going to be lucky like this, but I'm really enjoying not shoveling for right now. So I hope I've given you guys some time to join into the live video if that's who the way that you're watching. Let me just see here. I have to kind of pivot between my screens here. Yay! Yes, so good to see you, Michelle. Oh, thank you. I know I had to do my hair because I had a massage and I didn't get my shower in afterwards. It's kind of been a crazy day. So, so we're going to be crafting some projects tonight, but I also want to take you through the retiring list. So as of today, November 21st, midnight last night actually, the retired sale went live, and that's up to 60% off items from our mini catalog. And Stampin' Up! Releases this very, very long list, like holy moly. And then you can look across and you can see which things are retiring and which ones are discounted. But instead, I've actually taken that list and I put it into my catalog so we can go through that a little bit more easily. So I'm going to take you through that here first. The first thing that I'm going to do though is show you our special for a minimum $100 order this month. You get a 2-part free gift. And the ribbon is Old Olive and Pretty Peacock. It's like a reversible, I guess, but I love the two colors working together. I just think it's so pretty. And then at the bottom there, we've got these little, it's like gold woven fabric that's cut in the shape of a holly. So these are little embellishments. So this special is basically like $25 for free. So it's a really good deal if you wanted to get that for free with a minimum $100 order. And what would you purchase for $100? Well, let's just talk about this. So from the mini catalog, you can see it was so rushed I didn't even clean up my grid paper from last night. Don't look at it, it's too messy. But at the back of the catalog, we have these awesome pages which give you kind of the catalog at a glance. So I'm going to take you through. You might not be able to see like all of the details, but I hope that you have a copy of your own and that you can reference that. So maybe get yours out and you can write some notes or get some sticky notes and flag your catalog for all of the items that you want to get before they're gone. So I will say that in this bundles section, we're going to see basically everything leave us. And that's because for the first publication, when items are released, they are bundled if they're coordinating. But after that, the bundle goes away even if the products remain in a subsequent catalog. Does that make sense? So it's bundle and save 10% only in the first catalog that they're released. And then after that, the products might continue, but the bundle will be retiring regardless. So we're going to see lots of cross marks, and that's because all of the bundles are leaving us. But I'm going to tell you right now which items are going to be continuing on into a subsequent catalog. So these will be available after January 3rd. So January 3rd at midnight is the cutoff for all of these retiring items, but it's while supplies last. So I'm expecting these items to sell out, many of them, before that cutoff. So one thing though that we can think about for this section that I'm covering right now, these are the items that are not going to sell out because they're going to continue forward. So for example, this autumn leaves bundle, this bundle, if you wanted to purchase it for 10% off, you'd want to do that before January 3rd, but you could do that this month, November, or you could do it December, or even at the beginning of January, because we know guaranteed that those products are going to be in stock, okay? But you won't want to get it really after January 4th or January 4th and after, because then you wouldn't save the 10%, and saving 10% is pretty great. So that's just something to keep in mind. So if you have items in this section here that are on your wish list, just put a little star by them, and those are going to be ones that you can wait a little bit for, okay? So autumn leaves bundle, the bundle only is leaving us. The curved occasions bundle, just the bundle and the stamp are going away, but this punch is going to continue on into the annual catalog. So Forever Forest bundle is going to be leaving us, but again, those products are going to be continuing on. Same thing with the Light the Sky bundle and the Merriest Trees bundle. So if you wanted to get those, it's not as urgent, but you will want to probably order those before midnight on January 3rd so that you can get that 10% off. The Modern Garden bundle, same thing as the other punch. We're keeping the punch, but both the bundle and the stamp set are going to be leaving. Over here, we've got just the bundle leaving us for the Rustic Crate, and the bundle for this Sparkling Snowflakes. We're going to be playing with this one tonight. The Translucent Florals bundle, both of those products are going to continue forward, but the bundle and save 10% won't be available. And the Winter Owls bundle, same thing. So now we go to the part where these items really are while supplies last. So you'll want to make sure that you get these as soon as you can. Like, I was up at midnight last night placing orders because there were some of the items that I just wasn't sure if they were going to sell out, and I didn't want my customers to have that experience. So I'm going to start up at the top here, and I'm just going to go through which ones are retiring, okay? So everything that I'm about to list is what is going to be leaving us and is while supplies last. If there's a discount, I've got it noted here, and I will just read that off to you as well, okay? So starting top left, Above It All is leaving us. Bag of Bones, Very Cute. Cheers to the Season is 30% off the stamp set. Christmas Classics. Now second row, Curved Occasions is 10% off. That's the one that goes with that cute little curved punch. Festive and Fun, Framing Foliage. This is a host one. I'll talk about that in a second. Fruitful Blessings, Gift of Giving, Jolly Words. Sorry, we're on the third row now. Joy of Noel, Joy to You, Magical Meadow, Medley Mix, Merry and Bright, fourth row. Modern Garden, Night Divine, Pick of the Patch, and Precious Pine Cones, which I want to showcase a little bit more. This one is actually 60% off, so it's $12 on page 41 here. So when you look at this stamp set, you'll notice these ones here, everything down here is shown at 50%, and this one stamp is shown at 100%. So you can see the difference between these two is really big, right? It's twice the size. So imagine everything here twice the size. Now the Precious Pinecone stamp set is only $12 now, and I think this is incredible value because it's actually a reversible stamp set, so it gives you double the stamped images as a regular stamp set. These are a little bit thicker photopolymer, and what you can do is mount them onto a block, stamp with the detailed side, and then you can clean it, peel it off, reverse it, and then the back side of it will give this solid stamped look. So some of them work pretty perfectly, right? So these symmetrical bows, but then you can see Some of these don't work as perfect, and so you'll get this nice like loose outline. Same thing with the bow. It's going to be the mirror image. But again, at $12, I think that this is a real winner. I think that you should maybe add that to your collection for some fun pine cones. And they're not just for Christmas, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth row. Radiant Light, Rocking Horse, St. Nicholas, and Sending Cheer stamp set is 40% off. The dies are also 40% off. So again, that's another one that you might want to take a look at. Shop the Town is leaving us. This is the one that coordinates with the dies and the other stamp set in the annual catalog. So if you wanted a Christmas version of all the little shop windows or apartments, this is a really great one. Stars at Night on the bottom there is leaving us, as well as Tricks and Treats, Warmest Heart, 40% off that one. Whale Watching. Now we go to page 75. And we continue on with 3 stamps here, which are all leaving us. Winter Owls, Wishes All Around, and Year to Celebrate, which is 40% off. Now we go into our dies section. Now I want to mention that many of these items are bundle and save 10%, but you'll want to take a look this time of year, even if you're placing your order online, just put in the bundle, and then as a double check, put in both of the items separately to see if they are discounted, because it might be a better deal to purchase the items separately than the bundle and save 10%. So above it all, dies are 30% off. Bag of Bones are 10% off. Christmas Classics are 10% off. We are using those ones tonight. Fruitful Blessings is 30% off. Handcrafted Elements, 10% off. Joy of Noel and Magical Meadow are leaving us. The third row down here is Merry and Bright. Night Divine, these are the dies that we made the nativity scene with last month, and I just love them. Those ones are 10% off. Rocking Horse is leaving us, as well as St. Nicholas, which is 10% off, and the Sending Cheer dies, which I had mentioned. The stamp set is 40% off. The dies are 40% off. Now the bottom of the dies here, Tiny Christmas Trees is 20% off. Tricks and Treats is leaving us. Warmest Heart is 40% off. Winter Owls, Wishes All Around is 10% off. And now to the bottom here, this is my favorite item, and this is the one that I was up last night ordering. The Stars at Night Hybrid Embossing Folder. I want to just showcase this. I will be doing it later as well, but I wanted to showcase this because it really is incredible. You can use it all on its own. It does have a coordinating stamp set. The stamp set is not discounted, but these dies are, I think, a really great deal. There's just maybe 2 of them, and they're kind of sprigs that work on their own as well, but are made to coordinate with a stamp image. And then there's this set of 3 stars, but you'll notice that the name of it is a hybrid embossing folder. So this set also comes with an embossing folder, which makes these beautiful stars. I don't know if you can see that. It's clear, right? I don't know if you can see that. But this is really special because this die actually fits right inside. And then once it's in there, it just locks in place. You put your paper in there, fold it up, and send it through your Big Boss, your die cut embossing machine, and it's going to cut it out and emboss it all at the same time. So for 30% off, I think this is a huge winner because you can do so much with this and you don't need any coordinating stamp set to go along with it. So the price on that one, $37.80. The embossing folders here, these are just regular ones, not the hybrid ones. Cheery Patterns are 10% off. Christmas Tidings, we're using this one tonight, 10% off. Now we get to our paper page. And it might be faster for me to tell you what's not retiring on this page. So what's not retiring is the brushed gold cards and envelopes and the oxidized copper specialty designer series paper. There we have a similar one in our annual catalog to this one, and I'm so happy that this one's sticking around too, because I'm definitely like a kind of turquoisey person, and I think this is just beautiful. Okay, let's talk about the ones that are retiring. So A Walk in the Forest. This is the one that coordinates with that bear punch, which is also retiring. And it's a complementary product to the snowy bears. In A Walk in the Forest, you actually get brown bears in there, and you still get some snowy designs too, but this one's a little bit more all year round, and it's great for masculine cards. Fairy Christmas is, of course, awesome for Christmas. So I really like the idea of having both of those and getting that punch so that you have lots of versatility. We've got our All About Autumn, which has already left us. If you guys are interested in any of these, please just reach out. I might have some leftovers that we can sell, or we can figure out a sale starting January 4th. Okay, Merry Christmas is leaving us, as well as the Memories and More card pack and the envelopes that go along with it. The envelopes are 4 inches by 6 inches long so that they fit these cards, which fit into our memory keeping pages. Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green foil sheets is 10% off. We're using this one tonight. Classic gift cards and envelopes, 30% off. Garden Walk Designer Series paper is leaving us. The Glow in the Dark specialty paper is 20% off, so it's only $7.80. If you need to top up your order, that's a great thing to add on. Joy of Christmas 12 by 12 is leaving us. Joyful specialty designer series paper leaving us. Merry, Bold, and Bright, as well as the nested treat boxes. These ones are 40% off. Oh Holy Night, when I was checking yesterday, it wasn't showing up anywhere, so I'm assuming that's already gone. Shining Brightly is a specialty designer series paper. We've got the Snowflake Magic. We're using this one tonight. Them Bones and Winter Meadow all leaving us. The punches that are leaving us are the Very Cute and the Pick of the Patch Builder Punch. The accents and embellishments that are leaving us, adhesive backed glitter sequins, adhesive backed speckle dots. These star trinkets unfortunately are already sold out. They sold out maybe 2 weeks ago. The glow in the dark bats and ghosts sold out a while ago. And the loose holly gems and sequins are perfect for shaker cards. Those ones are leaving us. So we've got some decorative masks that are leaving us as well. This one here is called Abundant Beauty, and it's really pretty. The Balmy Blue Sparkle Ribbon is leaving us, as well as Calypso Coral Braided Linen, the Copper and Natural Ribbon Combo Pack, and the White Iridescent Ribbon, all leaving us. The next one, I've got one more final product for you, and that's this Framing Foliage. The Framing Foliage is kind of a special stamp set, and it's on our host rewards page. So this is something that my club members can redeem for starting in December, when we tally up all of your freebies that you've earned over the last 6 months. I run my clubs for 6 months. They place an order of at least $35, or you can get your products, or you can purchase the class for $20. But if you do the ordering option, at the end of the 6 months, I tally up how much you've spent and you earn rewards based on that amount. So starting at 10% and then going up to 16%, you might even get a 50% off item if you spent over $550 in that 6-month period. And with that credit, that percentage credit, you get a dollar amount, which you can use on anything in the catalog, including this host-only stamp set. And you get a discount on that. So this one's a value of $35, and you can get it for $21. It's a really great deal because you can tell it's really big. These are our standard card front sides, so I would say that both of the frames are about this big. Okay, whew. I did lots of talking there. Let's do some more talking. So that was the up to 60% off the last chance products. And again, that started tonight. It's running until January 3rd. But again, we don't want to hang our hopes on that January 3rd date because items have been selling out now for a little while, right? So let's talk about something else new. So Stampin' Up! Is constantly releasing new items to our online store. And you can check that out by going to stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net and then going to shop now. That'll take you right to my online store where you can check out this new kit. I really like this kit. So it comes with 9 cards in it and 3 different styles. So the first one there, I'm getting really like Italian Riviera vibes. So like Cinque Terre is what I'm thinking. The one on the right there, I'm kind of feeling like Maui or like Road to Hana. And what do you guys think about the bottom one? Because I'm transported right to Scotland along that train that's featured in Harry Potter. I'm going to Scotland probably in a couple years here to celebrate my sister who's marrying a man from Scotland. And they're getting married here, but I think we're going to be able to go over there and have a little celebration too. So I'm so excited. If this kit catches your eye, just make sure you add that to your cart. It's one of those online offerings, so you have to go to the kit section or the online exclusive section to see this on the website. Okay, let's talk about some other kits. So these are our paper pumpkin kits, which are a monthly subscription service offered by Stampin' Up. So the newest one just came, and if you don't have yours yet, just like cover your eyes. I don't know. This one is so much fun. So I do have some extras of these. I can release them for sale on December 11th. But just let me know if you want one because I can put it on hold for you, okay? The other thing, you can see there on the picture, there's an add-on available while supplies last, and I have both of them here to show you. Okay, so let's talk about the add-on first, because I was kind of surprised by this. These are 5-inch by 7-inch envelopes, so they're quite a bit larger than our standard card that we make, right? And you'll notice something a little bit different about them as well. They've got this glitter actually all over the card. It's so pretty. And what I love most about these cards is that there's a score line in the middle, but basically you're getting a huge piece of designer series paper that's pre-glittered on the front and the back of the card. So you could use it by folding it in half and putting it in the coordinating envelope, but you guys know what I'm probably going to do is cut this up and make 2 different card fronts out of it, right? Woohoo, I love that. And it comes with 20 of these cards and envelopes in a pack. They're $20 before GST and shipping. So, oh, I shouldn't have thrown that down quite yet. Need this one in a minute. But in November, Stampin' Up! Always offers a kit that makes some treat boxes. And I love that because I actually give out little treats to my neighbors. And so having something cute to package them up in is always so much fun. Let's take a look here. These are falling everywhere. There we go. So this is really adorable because you get this front door with the wreath and the 2 little shrubs. But this is why I love it so much. Look at that little dog there who is delivering a little mail, a little Christmas treat. You got special delivery, warm wishes from our home to yours, with love and 'tis the season for your sayings, and you even have a little present there too. The stamps, or the Stampin' Spot, the little ink pad that comes along with it is Mossy Meadow, so perfect for Christmas time. This makes 8 little boxes, but you can see these boxes are actually open on the side, so they're kind of like a hybrid box or like a twist on a box. And the instructions are here, which make it so easy, but I love how quickly and easily these come together. You've got 8 little bags, which you can fill with some treats, and then you're going to roll these down. Obviously, this would be puffed up, right? And then you've got these little stickers, which can be put on the front to seal it up. And you've got some tags here. These are just white, but they're already cut out. I love these adorable little wreaths. You can see they're die cut there, so you just pop them out. It always includes adhesives. And so we've got a couple different kinds of adhesive. We've got some dimensionals and some sticky strip, and you've also got some cute twine there. But look at these boxes. Aren't they just darling? They come together so easily. So again, that little bag is just going to go nestled inside there, and then people can open it up and get to the treats there. I just love these. You can see there's actually glitter on there as well. So pretty, right? Comes in 2 different designs. And I like that they're fancy on the front and the back. Like, look at how cute those back windows are with the little wreaths on them, right? So this is the other style of the house. There we go. Two little treat boxes. But with this add-on, Stampin' Up! Is allowing us the creativity to turn these into cards as well. So all you would do is cut along the bottom there, and then you can put some dimensionals on. And what did I see today? I can't remember who I saw, but the person had a really great recommendation that if you wanted to turn the back side into another house, right, you just trim off at the top and the bottom, and then you can stamp this little door onto another piece of paper, and then that will fit perfectly over the top to create a secondary house. So I love that idea. So then in essence, you could turn these 8 boxes into 16 cards if you wanted, or a combination of the two. So refills are available right now for this, and they're available for $17 including shipping and tax. So just let me know if you want refills or full kits for this. I'd be happy to put them aside for you. You can get crafting on them as soon as possible. Now, we do have another kit which looks very similar, so slightly different. This is the one that just came with the enlarged house, and then there's one here that has these smaller houses, and that's last month's kit. In October, they always do these cute little card kits. So it's going to be Christmas cards, and this one's called Home for the Holidays. And inside this, we've got another 8 cards for us. So these are the cards, what they look like. I really like this one too because the stamp set is adorable, but if you just wanted to get a refill kit, then you could actually use any Christmas or holiday sayings that are just in a straight line. These tags are really universal. So let's take a look at that stamp set here so that you can figure out if you want a full kit or a refill kit. What would you choose, full kit or refill kit? I really like this house. You know what I'm choosing. Full kit, because I can't miss out on anything. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Celebrate the wonder and joy of this festive season. You got some snow, little bushes, and I guess this could be, what would this be? Snow? And then some snowflakes there too, so double the snow. The stamp spot that you got in here is a real red. I don't know why it's not focusing. Hopefully it's on the box here. We've got these cute little tags, so they punch out just like that, and they're glimmer. The envelopes are also pre-printed and adorable. And incredible value in this kit. Even the refill kits actually receive a full bottle here of this glitter glue. So that's pretty awesome, right? So the glitter glue would make it look like those pre-glittered cards and envelopes that you can purchase right now as an add-on. So we've got 2 different designs. One of them is a vertical card, and this one actually has 2 different elements that go onto it. There's that one, and there's this one here. So it builds up this beautiful scene with lots of different layers, right? You put your dimensionals on there. And then there's also this horizontal one. You got the 2 different styles. So you got horizontal and vertical. And this one comes with an extra added element on here too. So this one here would go in there. You've got pre-printed trees that are die cut, ready to go, and some tags and everything in the back here as well. Little tags. So again, same sort of thing. So you can get the full kit or you can get the refill kit, whatever you prefer. And if this kit here catches your eye, I would love to invite you to my kids class that I'm holding. So this is a class, well, I actually have 2 dates where we're going to be making a whole bunch of cards. I call it a Stamp a Stack class, and I'm doing it as the Christmas Kits edition. So 2 dates are Saturday, December 2nd and Thursday, December 7th. So on Saturday, we're going to be meeting from 1 o'clock until 4 p.m. or on Thursday, December 7th from 6:30 till 9:30 p.m. So what we're going to do for this class here is using two kits where we're going to switch up the design. So I'm going to come up with different designs that include fun elements, like 3D elements, fun folds, and I'm going to give you a twist on all of these cards. What you're going to end up with is one set of each of these paper pumpkins, 17 cards total, and I'm going to give you 7 different designs. Ooh, I've got something in my throat. There we go. So the cost for that, one set of each of the paper pumpkins is $45, and that makes 17 cards. And if you wanted to make a little bit more, you can get that one on the top there, the one that has all those cute little homes, a second set of those, and that's for $65. So for $20 more, you can get a second set of those. That gives you 25 cards total in 7 designs. Then I want to tell you about a couple of things. So every attendee that comes to my class is going to get those cute little glitter glue bottles, and then also going to get from me a full bottle of Stampin' Up's puff paint that they offered a few years ago. This puff paint is like magic. It's so much fun to play with, and so definitely going to be incorporating that into some of my designs. So I have a couple add-ons as well. If you wanted a refill, an additional refill for either of those kits, they're just $15 for people who are attending. And if you wanted a full kit, so including the stamps and ink of any of those, it's an extra $18 per kit, and I have those available as well. Now I have 2 more classes that I want to tell you about, and then we're going to get to stamping. One more class really, but 2 dates. So this is my sip and stamp. Are you guys excited about this? Because I am so excited about this. You don't have to sip on the bubbly, but it's kind of fun, right? So the sip and stamp, I've got 2 dates. So coming up right away here, Saturday, November 25th. So this coming Saturday from 10 o'clock until 2. Now this goes over lunchtime, so we can definitely, we're going to do a skip the dishes order if you want, or you can bring your own lunch if you prefer. Yeah, bring your own ginger ale for you, Priscilla. That's all right. No worries. You sip on whatever you like. I'll have an assortment of items. And then if you would like Prosecco, it's just $4 per glass extra. And I will have orange juice there too, if you would prefer to make it into a mimosa. Okay, so Saturday, November 25th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. Or you can join me a week from tonight, Tuesday, November 28th from 6:30 till 9:30. So please let me know. These classes are really popular and they're coming up quick, so make sure you save your spot, and so that I know how many cards to prep. And that leads me to my next point is this is all about making multiples of cards. So I'm going to do up 6 different designs of cards, and you can choose how many sets of them you'd like, starting at 2 sets. So you're getting 12 cards, 2 of each of 6 designs, and that's $45. Then my idea is that to make multiples of the same card designs takes about the same amount of time as making just 1 set. So you can add on extra sets. If you wanted 3 sets, so a total of 18 cards, then that's going to be $55. So just $10 more gives you 6 more cards. And then if you wanted 4 sets, then it's going to be $65. So a total of 24 cards, 4 of each of 6 designs. $65 is a steal of a deal. This includes all supplies and instructions, including paper envelopes. And again, I mentioned before, it's just an extra cost for the Prosecco, whatever you choose to consume. I will sip along with you. Okay, I think we're going to get started now. Okay, I'm going to switch you down to my hands. I'm going to switch you down to so I can see the comments. Oh yes, Michelle is sending a whole bunch of cheers glasses. That's awesome. Okay, the first card that we're going to make is actually from that Ho 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 paper pumpkin. And I mentioned last month that we're going to be working our way through these as our bonus cards. So this kit comes with 3 different card designs with 3 of each of them. So last month, what did we do last month? This one? No, we did this one. We did this Merry Christmas last month. This month we're doing the Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And next month we're going to do this Joy with the Santa head, or you can choose to put an O in there. I've got an option for either of those. So what do we need to put this together? Well, very good question. If you have this stamp set, that's ideal, but I wouldn't expect that you all would have this paper pumpkin. On this one here, this card, I should show you the finished card here. Where did I put it? Okay, here we go. This is the finished card design here. So we've got two stamped items on this card, which is that sleigh and the Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Now, if I'm guessing correctly, you probably don't have a sleigh. So that's okay. We can totally make this card with snowflakes, and I think it looks really beautiful as well. So I decided to omit the ho ho ho, but that would fit in here as well really beautifully. But isn't that pretty with some white embossing and some extra stamping on there? I just think that's really pretty. So don't fret if you don't have something like this little sleigh. The other thing that is stamped on here is this stamp, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. But again, this tag is a nice size. You can probably find any saying that's going to work on there. Okay, let's get started with our crafting. Are you guys okay? I'm not going to make this one here, just assuming that most of you are going to be doing like an alternative that has snowflakes on it. We'll take out all of our little pieces here. Now, you might want to stamp in the blue color. This is actually 𝘾𝙧𝙚, which is kind of a fun Christmas color. I'm going to be stamping with some Versamark and doing some heat embossing. And I'm using a stamp set from our mini catalog called Sparkling Snowflakes. It's so pretty. And it has all these two-step stamps. You can use them individually or together. But you can see that there's like a detailed, these are the coordinating ones. There's a detailed version here, and then there's a solid version. So you can see that maybe a little bit better there. So on this one, to the side for a second, I'm going to stamp the detailed one first. I'm missing one more detailed one. Let me just see. Hiding in my drawer here. There we go. Okay, so we've got the highly detailed ones. I'm going to use my embossing buddy, which is somewhere here. My goodness, you guys, I cleaned up, but I did a poor job of it, apparently. I don't know where it is. I'm going to skip it for right now, just for the sake of time. So stamping with Versamark ink isn't going to give us a color, but it's going to give us that super sticky ink, which is going to allow us to heat emboss. So it's going to hold on our embossing powder. I'm going to make this one go up a little bit further than I did the last time, just because this bottom part gets covered a little bit. So then I'm going to take our embossing powder here, and you can see that super sticky ink just grips on the embossing powder. Now, if you are wanting to start off with this technique, it is so much fun. It's my favorite wow technique. And you'll need a heat tool. So this is different than a hair dryer. This is Stampin' Up's heat tool. It actually goes up to about 300 degrees at the end. And it's going to take a minute, of course, to warm up, but once it does, it's going to melt that powder into the paper and make it shiny. So white is also always really pretty on dark colors, but I really like it in this application because it's really going to pop out. I don't know if you can see that there, but it's turning so shiny. Once it melts onto the paper and it's not looking sandy anymore, and it looks melted, then Just give it a minute to kind of cool down, and then you can just touch the paper, no problem. It's all set. Okay, I did for this one a little bit of an extra technique to try and do an outline. I'm going to do a little bit more bold version of it tonight. So taking my 𝘾𝙧𝙚𝙚𝙀𝙚, I'm going to take the solid stamp of these coordinating snowflakes, and I'm going to actually line this up as best as I can with a camera in my way, and I'm going to stamp over the top. There we go. So this just gives it a little bit of an extra halo, so that anything that has the heat embossing on there is going to repel this extra ink that I'm putting over the top. But I just want that little bit extra to outline it and to really pop it up. Oh, I found my embossing buddy. If I had been a little bit more patient, I would have found it. The other thing that we're going to do with this is just buff it off, because you can see with that embossing powder repelling the ink from going into the paper, it's actually having the, which one is this? That's the big one. Okay, here's the middle size one. Okay, I think I got it there. So this is a really fun stamp set for a technique like this, or two-step stamping. So I was playing a little bit last night. I want to show you what I came up with. So last night I did some two-step stamping. So that is stamping with the 𝘾𝙧𝙚𝙚𝙀𝙚 underneath. Can you see that there? And then with like a dark purple, the starry sky over the top. So you can just add a little bit more detail. And again, we can do it in this order. It doesn't matter, because if we were to do the blue first and then try to emboss over top, that super sticky ink would just grab the embossing powder all over that solid stamped image. So this is a really great option. Now I wanted to show you another technique which is kind of fun, and that I'm going to show you here. Which one? This one. Okay, I'm going to just clean off my stamp a little bit. I'm using the detailed version, and I'm also using the solid version. So inking up the solid version, we're going to do a kissing off technique. Kissing is when we put our two stamps together and kiss them. Kissing off is a technique that, I don't know, maybe I invented, I'm not too sure. But when we do this with a clean detailed stamp, we actually lift some of the ink away, and we end up with a solid stamp that has a relief of some extra detail. Cool, right? So I did as a sample for a demonstrator event that I hosted back in September. I have a third one here, I'm not too sure where it is. But this is showcasing the solid stamp, the detailed stamp, and then this kissed technique, which just makes it look so fun and frosty. You like that? Is that inspiring you? I hope so. Okay, let's put these to the side. I'll need them for the next card. Shouldn't put them too far away. Okay, what else should we do here? This is some early espresso, but I'm going to use, I think, this cherry cobbler to make this really nice saying. And would you believe this saying here, the sending love and light, actually comes from our brand new Celebrate the Miracle Hanukkah stamp set. So this has some ink on it. There we go. So this celebrates both spellings of Hanukkah and is wonderful for sharing with the people in your life who are celebrating this time of year. I just love this stamp set, and that this is from our online exclusive. So I'm really excited that we have this as a part of our offering. And I'm hoping that this is something that can come back, you know, every year, because I just think it's so special. You've got the menorah, you've got the candles, and also the little flame. So you can do that in 3 different steps. And it's photopolymer, so you can line it up really easily. You've got the dreidels, you've got these little like Star of Davids in a few different designs. And then you've got some wonderful sayings to go along with it. So I'm going to be using the Sending Love and Light, like I mentioned. Look at my big block. I've run out of blocks because I've prepped for all of these classes, so I've got stamps assembled everywhere. And then when I went to mount this up last night, I didn't have any blocks except for this big honker. So Sending Love and Light. Just going to stamp that onto my tag. And there we go. We're done that. I'm done with all of my stamping on this card. And now we just put it together. To put this card together, you're going to need a few different kinds of adhesive. I highly recommend using my favorite, Stamp and Seal, but also we're going to use some dimensionals and glue dots as well for the snowflake. So if you want to just start here with me, we're going to carefully take this frame apart. Just try not to bend that outer frame. There we go. And then this is just going to fit over the top there. I really like adding dimensionals to this, but dimensionals can be kind of a bit too large. So what I'm going to do is actually make them thinner. You can also use strips if you want, like sometimes I cut little strips from the edges of my dimensionals. You might have a slightly different configuration. I think this is from a kit. If I know me, that's where I get a lot of my dimensionals from. It's nice to have the ability, though, to make dimensionals in the size that you want. So just around the edge here. There we go. It's a little trickier to do when you're trying to do it fast, right? At home, just relax and take your time while I bustle through this. There we go. Perfect. How did I cut the exact amount? That was a fluke. I'm happy about it though. Okay, and then now that those are on there, we can just go ahead and take off the backing. Now, I find it's easiest to kind of press down in the middle of the dimensional backer, and then that just peels off really easily. Here we go. Line it up as best as you can with kind of the top of this, so you get a little bit more of that beautiful detail. And then this strip here is going to be adhered onto the bottom of that. So I'm going to sneak it up a little bit, but I'm just, again, eyeballing it. There we go. Now this can go onto my card front. Now last night I got a little crazy here and I did some stamping on the back side of the card. That's what we call a happy accident, because I realized that my card base had actually kissed one of my stamps. So I was just trying to cover that up. But you can stamp to your heart's content. It's kind of fun to make pattern paper backgrounds. So this was stamping off with the 𝘾𝙧𝙚𝙚. So that technique is you ink it up and then you stamp on your paper and then you stamp onto your project. And this is the full strength. So you can see the difference between the two of those. Same ink color, but this is stamped off and this is full strength. So just remember that technique, because it really multiplies the amount of colors that you can create with your stamp color or your ink colors. Okay, here we go. Sending love and light. Last night, because I decided not to put that ho 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 on there, I gave myself a little present for today, and that is I pre-assembled this ho ho ho. There's this vellum background that's kind of an outline. All I did for this one is to put some Tombow on there. So just kind of dots like this. Dots, dots, dots. I'll do this part, but I had the dimensionals ready to go on there. So dots on there, and then you can put it right onto your ho-ho-ho. There we go. So I'll set that aside to dry for the next project that I'm doing here. But this ho-ho-ho already has these little dimensionals cut on there. And so I can just pop it right onto my project. And sending love and light. I'll get dimensionals on the back side there. And we just have a little snowflake left. I want that ho-ho-ho on top. There we go. I'm covering up a lot of that paper. I'll finesse this a little bit, maybe later. Now I'm making it crooked. Oh boy. There we go. Now the back side of this beautiful iridescent snowflake is going to get a little glue dot. And then I'm just going to stick that right on here. And again, you can kind of play with the layers and see how you want it. But I think it's such a cute card, really simple, right? Simple and cute to create, but you can make that as exciting as you want. If you wanted to decorate the envelope, it would be perfect to do some stamping on there with your little snowflakes as well. Okay, this one here, I didn't use any additional products, only the products from the kit. So if you like this card, make sure that you reach out to me either about attending that class that I'm offering, which is probably your best value, or if you are remote, then you can just get a box and you can get a full kit or a refill kit, whatever you prefer. The next projects that we're going to do here is a little bonus tag, and everyone has this one. This one here, I should mention, is available only to people who pick up their projects from me or who pay to have their projects mailed. I include mailing for free with everyone, but I really don't want to spend the budget on postage if I don't have to. And if you guys like to pick up from my house, maybe you're picking up your order as well. In an ideal world, that's really great, isn't it? Didn't work out so well this weekend, but in an ideal world. So if you pick up from my house, I include a bonus card for you, and that's this one here. Or if you prefer to have your projects mailed, you can have the bonus cards mailed for just a little additional fee each month. Did I see that 𝙧𝙚 is joining from New Zealand? Oh my goodness. I hope you have a wonderful trip home. I hope you've had a great trip so far. Amazing memories you've made, I'm sure. This next project here is featuring the sparkling snowflakes as well. And this is a cute little tag. So it's going to look something like this. And I'm actually using, again, some white embossing. So I've given you a black tag. If you're not embossing, then just feel free to grab that piece of white paper that came out of the center. Or, if you don't have that card, just a piece of white paper or coordinating paper would be perfect. And you can stamp on that, no problem. But I'm going to do some more heat embossing because I just love it. So I wanted to include for you, for last month, this month, and the next, a gift of a tag, a bonus project tag. And the reason for this is I love preparing tags kind of as I go. Oh, I had a different saying that I want to use. Here we go. Let it snow is what I'm going to use today. Let it snow. I'm kind of putting it to the left so I can fit that snowflake on there. What was I talking about? Oh, tags. So tags are really easy to create, and I love the idea of you guys using your products in a fun and different way to maybe create something else that's going to warm your loved ones' hearts. You can even give tags as a gift, like bundle them up and give them to, your hairdresser or something like that. I just think something like that is so fun. Let's see that turn. I also want to inspire you to use up the scraps that are on your desk when you're finished crafting. So sometimes you have those bits and pieces that you've kind of cut, but you know, haven't loved on the project that you're working on. And I think a tag, Christmas or any occasion, is so perfect for using up those little scraps. So on the back side of this Let It Snow tag, I'm going to put 2 of those dimensionals. And then before I put dimensionals on this one here, I just want to showcase that we've got a white rectangle with a hole punched out of it. And then this is that tag topper punch. So this was a 2-inch by 4-inch rectangle. And then I'm not going to punch it, but I'll show you what you do. You just slide it in like this. And then in the back side, you can see the part that's going to be punched off. When it is punched, it looks like this. But I really like these little angles here. So to mimic that look, I'm actually going to use this as a template. So lining this up and lining that up. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other side here. Oh, I'm so excited that you tuned in, 𝙧𝙀𝙧. It's so fun. So fun to have you a part of this, even on the other side of the world. 𝙧𝙀𝙧 lives up in Fort McMurray, so she's got a long flight ahead of her, a long few flights ahead of her. So I've done the 4 corners on this white tag, but if you can see here, I actually did the other corners on the pattern paper tag. So how did I do that? Well, I'm now going to use the white as a template. So just sneaking this one behind it. Whoopsie. There we go. Snip that off. Whoops. I think this adds so much. It, I think, really brings together a cohesive look for me. Should we do some stamping in the background as well? Maybe we want to do some stamping on the back. I haven't done that on this one, but I think the addition of maybe like one of those small snowflakes would be just perfect. I'm going with a medium one, apparently. Coastal Cabana again. You could do Lost Lagoon is the color for this one. So there's 2 different styles that I've given you. One is more like Coastal Cabana. They just call it blue, but Lost Lagoon, or I'm sure Pool Party would work with either of those. Okay, so on the other side here, we're just going to put some dimensionals for those on there. Pop those on. And this card comes, or this little tag comes together so quickly. Oops. There we go. I'm going to align this here first, because wherever this other end finishes doesn't matter. Okay, we've got our piece of black. There we go. We've got a little snowflake that we're going to put on there. And then these are our little faceted gems. I just put that right into the center of that snowflake. Can you guys see that there? Faceted gem, little adhesive snowflake. And then to finish this card off, I really like just a simple ribbon, kind of holding it on there. So the way I did that, I folded it in half here. Instead of like tying a knot or something here, all I did was take my adhesive, so Stampin' Seal, and just put a little bit there and a little bit on the back side, just to hold it in place. And then I think this tag is going to be beautiful to tie onto any gift bag. I love it. Fun, right? Quick and easy. Scraps off the desk, in theory, but all of these have been prepped especially for you. Let's talk about where these products come from. For this tag here, we've got a couple online only items, so I'll talk about those in a second. And then we've got our white iridescent ribbon, which is leaving us. It's so pretty, isn't it? I love how it's got all the pinks and greens in there too. The Faceted Gems Trio pack is actually continuing forward, so there's not too much urgency on that. The sparkling oh boy, Sparkling Snowflakes is a bundle right now until January 3rd. After January 3rd, it's going to be unbundled, so you can't save the 10%, but both of those products are going to be available still. So that's the stamp set that I used for the last two projects, as well as that gorgeous tag topper punch that creates that really incredible snowflake image. Now, I was mentioning that we have an online only item. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this or not, actually. These little snowflakes are so cute. And you'll have to forgive me because I have two packages here that I've kind of hacked to smithereens. Maybe we'll do it like that. So we've got 3 different sizes and 3 different colors. So in each of the colors, you're going to get 10 large, 10 medium, 10 small of these beautiful adhesive back snowflakes. And the colors that are included are white, gold, and copper. So you really get a lot in a pack. You get tons of them, actually. So I've got a whole bunch of copper and gold left over because I just wanted to use the white for this one, but I have a plan for those. So pretty. In our annual catalog, we have a couple of fun products. So you'll have to forgive me because I made a mistake and I used a punch that's actually retired. So I wanted to show you some of the other punches that would work instead of this black punched piece. So you could use the bannered pick-a-punch. This is like 6 punches in one. It gives you 2 different shapes, 3 different widths for each of them, and you just slide the sheet of paper in and then it will nip and punch off the end. Same thing for the Happy Labels pick-a-punch. It's like 6 in 1. Another great one to have used is the double oval, which would have given us even more dimension. You can use just a single oval or layer the 2 together. I just love that look. And then even the lasting label would look really pretty on there, right? Stampin' Up! Has so many great punches, and I just happened to choose one of them that was retired. Yikes, I have to go through and label them. The next project that we're going to be making looks something like this. And for this card, I am using Christmas Classics stamp set, and I'm going to be doing some more heat embossing. We're just going to be putting together a saying onto our tag. So I don't know if you've got the rectangular tag or if you've got more of a square version, but this is the sort of look that we're going for with our beautiful elements here. So this paper comes pre-embossed with gold, and I've done a little bit of gold embossing here. Maybe I can show you like this. This little stamp set this little stamp right there, I've stamped in the corner of my cardstock, and it just really ties it all together. I just think it's so pretty and elegant. Also on this card are some of the gift that I'm giving you this month with a minimum $100 order, and that's these holly leaves, and then 3 sequins to finish it off. So let's get started on that. You might have this kind of long rectangular shape, or you might have more of this rectangle shape, but both of these dies are included in the same pack along with the smaller little square and rectangle that go along with it. And these dies are 10% off right now. So while supplies last, I would definitely pick up something that I think you're going to use over and over again for Christmas and also for other seasons too. Okay, starting off, of course, first by folding our cardstock in half. Oh, I should mention, there's another piece of white in your pack. You might want to do some decorations on the inside of your card. I am having such a hard time with this one sequin, and I think it's because my daughter was playing with it. The other day, she just kept touching all of my cards, and it was like, ah! I need those! Please don't wreck them, oh my goodness. Okay, you might have a little bit of work to do, and I feel you, because I did it last night with this square one. So even the look sometimes is to leave some of these cut pieces in it. So if you like them all like popped out, that's totally fine too. But whatever your preference. The die brush though makes our life so much easier. If you don't have the die brush, just use some scissors or even a take your pick tool will work too. But again, the die brush works really well because as long as you're fairly gentle with just the cardstock, you can pop all those pieces out really easily just by wiggling the die brush kind of back and forth. I don't use it too much like that. I kind of just wiggle my way through. Did you see how easy that was? That was not me last night. Last night it was definitely a little bit more work to do that highly detailed one. So I hope that you like that detailed look and that the little bit of extra work for you to pop those pieces out is worth it because you got that special detailed image. So again, I'm using my Versamark. I'm going to use, I'm missing it. I don't know where it is now. We're going to use Season's Greetings. It is mounted up already. And did it get put in a different drawer? I wonder. I want to blame this on my kids, but I don't know. I think it was me. Oh, you know what? I think I was crafting with it last night. Let's see. What can we do here? Let's do Merry Christmas. And this is kind of fun because we've got the two different fonts going on. So let's see if we can figure out a way of doing that one. The Season's Greetings was so perfect because it's nice and long to fit onto that long tag, but unfortunately I didn't set myself up for success. I was prepping last night after club for the class I'm holding this Saturday, and so it's probably, if I am imagining it correctly, it's probably in the other room in a nicely prepared stack. Okay, so I've got Merry and I've got Christmas, and let's put this together. Don't you love the beautiful traditional colors on this card? I think it's so pretty. So I want you to start thinking now which one of these cards that I'm demoing tonight is your favorite. And we'll see. I want you to type in at the end. I might have to do this in 2 shots here. I'm going to do it in 2 shots. Okay, let's do Merry first. Okay. And again, with embossing powder, this time I'm using gold. Now, if you guys are watching and not crafting along, did you know that on YouTube you can speed me up and you can put me in fast forward a little bit and still hear all of the words that I'm saying, but you'll just have a little condensed version of the class. Now I'm crafting, you know, with so many people across Canada, so that's why I'm making everything and making sure that I'm not going too fast. But if you ever feel like you're crafting along with me and I'm going too fast, just remember that the video is going to be available on replay starting tomorrow, starting Wednesday, and you can always catch it on repeat. And if you're watching already the recorded version, then you know you can just pause me whenever you need to. Pause me, speed me up, back me up if I've done something crazy that you didn't catch. There we go. I love heat embossing with these metallics. See if I can get you to see that. I'm going to start to turn there. Can you see that? So pretty. All right, I think that's all my embossing for the night. So if you're embossing along with me, I just can't help myself. I think it's the most beautiful technique. So you could use whatever color of ink coordinates, or you can really take it up a notch with some beautiful embossing. Dimensionals on the back side of that piece, then layer it up onto our mossy meadow piece. Let's start putting this back part together. Taking your designer series paper, you might have either of these designs, either of the three, so whatever one you have, I just think they're so pretty. This is from another retiring designer series paper, and it comes pre-embossed like that. I'm just gluing this onto the back side of the designer series paper. I'm just doing a tiny little border. Now you might have it a little bit too long. I kind of err on the side of caution because I don't like it too short. So you might have to do a little snip snip, but that for me is a win because then it's just not too short. I hate too short. So stamp and seal on there. And then I'm going to glue this onto my cardstock base. There we go. And you might want to do some more heat embossing. So I did this little corner here on both of my cards. On the inside, you can do a whole bunch of heat embossing with your saying, the corner detail again. And then this is a sprig from the stamp set, but I don't, again, it's in the other room. Sorry, guys. But I think I'll leave you to decorate the inside of your card however you see fit. I'm just going to glue mine in for right now, and then I can do it later. Oopsie. Perfect. And then now just taking some more dimensionals, let's pop this one onto our card base. Merry Christmas. I'm kind of going a little bit, am I going to the right? Maybe I'm not. I just went centered, I suppose, with this one. I went a little bit to the right with this square design. So Merry Christmas. Now with these other little elements, I'm going to put them on with mini glue dots. I love these little holly elements. They're just so pretty. And I also like that they don't seem to have a real finicky direction. So this one here, you know, maybe could have gone the other direction, but I'm fine with it that way. Don't need to overthink it. And I'm just doing them in kind of like a group of 3 down below and a grouping of 2 up above. They say, you know, that odd numbers are the key. So are you an odd number person? Are you an even number person? I know that Michelle is an odd number person. That I know. I am an odd number person when it comes to embellishments, but I'm an even number person when it comes to buying multiples in the grocery store. Isn't that a weird thing? Like how many, if you're going to get cucumbers, how many cucumbers do you want to get? I know Costco sells them in a pack of 3. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking if you were to choose out cucumbers, would you get 2 or 3? Would you get 1? Oh my goodness, my family eats a cucumber a day. That wouldn't last us any time at all. I'm not happy with this location. Move this up a little bit. Odd numbers all the way. 5 or 7. That's what Michelle's saying. Odd numbers. She's shouting it over there, I can tell. Okay, what do you guys think? So pretty, right? Like just classic colors and very traditional, very elegant with these gorgeous gold touches. Let's talk about where these products come from. So we've got another online exclusive, and actually I talked to you about these little gold leaves. Those are definitely, what's the online exclusive now? Don't know. No, I don't know what I tagged that for. I might have made a mistake. Okay, on page 29, we've got, this is like a mega suite. This is the Joy of Christmas mega suite. So I'm using the Christmas Classics bundle, and that one comes again with that gorgeous stamp set and a die pack that is really, really big. So these are the ones that I used for the project. And there's also a whole bunch more. So there's actually 2 sheets. So you've got these cute little sprigs and berries, and then this is like a standalone item as well. And then you've got these 2 pieces here which actually have stamped images that go along with it. So you can cut out your stamped images. Now these images here are kind of different. This doesn't cut out an outline. You would lay this onto your card, say maybe right there or something, crank it through the die cut and embossing machine, and it's only going to cut out these little circles and kind of ovals. It's not going to cut out an outline, so it's just going to give you like a tiny little peekaboo into the inside of the card. So again, really different and unique. I love the sayings in this stamp set, and I just think that this bundle is a real winner. So if it catches your eye, be sure to get it, but you might want to double check the price, because I think the stamp set is full price on the retiring list, and the dies are 10% off or something like that. Are they 10% off? Yeah, so I think it probably would be cheaper to get the bundle and save 10%, because then you're saving on both of those items. So just double check for me, please, when you're doing an online order especially, that the cost of the 2 items is not cheaper to purchase them separately than the bundle. Okay, that's everything from here. Oh, did I do the joy paper? No, I skipped over that paper. On this page, this joyful paper has those 3 different designs on there. So you've got the music notes and the wood grain and the beautiful holly and berries. And then the 4th image, the 4th design is actually this shaded spruce, and it's almost like a tartan pattern. I've got a few of those sheets left, and I'm so excited to use them. I'm trying to dream about how I'm going to use them. From the annual catalog, we've got our heat embossing supplies, of course. And the embellishments are maybe not what you expected. So these are actually from our annual catalog, and they are the pastel adhesive backed sequins. I really like these ones. They come in the petal pink, balmy blue, and gold, but this gold is kind of like a matte gold. You can see there's 2 different sizes for each of them. You get a large and a small, so you get a lot in a pack. And I just think that these are a really beautiful color of gold that makes this look extra classy. And I think that's it from the annual catalog. Are you guys ready for the next project? Okay, the next one is going to look something like this. It might be pink, or it might be green. Come on, stay. There we go. So this card here is definitely not traditional color scheme. This one is like a party, I think of. Like, this is like a Christmas disco party, and it makes me so happy. I love how unique it is, and we haven't had anything like this in a long time. So to have the colors and also the modern imagery is awesome. We're going to be playing with all kinds of foil in this one. Isn't it pretty? So we've got the 2 bulbs. Yay, your favorite, Michelle. We've got the same foil as the light bulbs, actually embossed. So you've got this gorgeous texture. We're going to stamp whatever greeting that you want on there. I stamped these little lines here in Versamark from this coordinating stamp set. And we're going to do a really fun little paper ribbon technique, as well as a few embellishments on there. This is the pink version, which you might have, or you might have the pointy bulb version. So I've got kind of similar to my first card here to make tonight. Okay, once again, I always start folding my card in half. Seems to be, you know, just grounding. Yeah, glitter, woohoo! It's all shimmery and sparkly. Make sure you're saving these envelopes. They're great for storing your cards in so they don't get damaged. And you can also mail in them too. If you just write on the back side of your card the address, or you can slip a piece of copy paper in there with your address and return address on there. It looks great. Starting with our stamp and seal. Put that onto the card. This is going to be longer by purpose, because one thing to keep in mind when you're texture embossing something like paper, it actually shrinks the size of the paper. So if I were to cut this at a perfect 5.5 inches and then do the texture embossing on it, it actually end up shorter. So we don't want that. So I just make it a little bit longer, make you do a little bit of cutting, and I hope you're okay with that. Let's do our stamping here. I'm using 2 stamps from the Merry and Bright stamp set. So I just put Merry and Christmas together. This is really fun. You can actually put this together and make it look like a Christmas tree. So like have a Merry Christmas, or sorry, what is it? Yeah, have a Merry Christmas, Merry and Bright Christmas, I think you can do as well. Make it like coming down as like a tree. Super fun. I'm sure they have a sample in the catalog. I have to show you that. What color should I do? We've got so many coordinating colors. On the back side of your designer series paper, hang on to it because it's in small print. It's got it here. Blueberry bushel, crushed curry, flirty flamingo, granny apple green, lemon lime twist, melon mambo, pool party, poppy parade, and shaded spruce. The colors of cardstock that we've got here is melon mambo and granny apple green. So what should I do? Should I stick with the granny apple green? Should I go more blue? Should I go more pink? I'm kind of thinking the melon mambo would be fun. Just do that kind of opposite look. This I think I did poppy parade, to be honest. Oh no, I did it in poppy parade first, and I was like, oh no, I don't like that. So I did it again in melon mambo. So you can see I just put these at a fun angle, and I've got them both mounted on the same block. I like to make sure that I've got this really well inked for these solid stamps. And you want to make sure you're stamping on a nice solid surface, that your table isn't warping. And there you go, you're going to get a perfect stamp image every time, or at least most of the time. Let's put this away. That's trouble. Let's put some dimensionals on the back side here. And these are mini dimensionals. There's some more big ones. Just before we adhere this onto the card, we're going to create some ribbon out of this paper. This other strip here, I just put on the inside, and I did an extra little embellishment here on my sample so I could show you. This is a die that comes from the pack, and I just cut it out of white paper and then used my Stampin' Blends markers to color that. So I use a Stampin' Blend marker to color all the little bulbs, and I made it the same same order of colors as my little strip of paper. So that's the one that goes inside. If you wanted to switch it up again, this is your card, no worries. So using this, I'm just going to actually kind of bend it back and forth. And I'm doing 3 bends. Am I doing 3 bends? 2 bends on either side. And it's not meant to be perfect, but what I wanted to do for this card is just something totally modern and different. There we go. Is that a little bit long? No, I think it's good. Now I'm going to put dimensionals in here and a little stamp and seal on the end pieces. Glue dot would work as well. Put that on there. Kind of a fun different way of layering our pieces, right? Then we will, I'm going to do this a little bit high. It's like the perfect amount of adhesive is enough to hold your card together when you want it to be held together and enough to pull it apart when you make a mistake. There we go. So I'll do Merry Christmas. I might go a little bit lower on this one just because the bulbs might get a little bit high. So when you die cut with this pack, you actually have some awesome multiples. So you've got 2 of the round bulbs, 2 of the pointy bulbs, and 2 of these little bulb bases. Now, I wanted everyone to have 2 bulbs, but I wanted to do it with 1 crank, so I was trying to be tricky and only give you 1 of these. So this is my tricky way of saving myself a second run through 48 times on my die cutting machine. So I hope you're okay with this. I think I'm so sneaky. I'm putting actually a dimensional on the one side, and then on the other side I'm going to just glue it on with the Stampin' Seal. I kind of like the way I did this the last time, where I had that, and then I had this one, might make it a little bit more diagonal, and then you could even put a dimensional on the back side here if you wanted to add more dimension. There you go. Now this stamp set includes a really cute image. This little one right here, which gives you that like bright glowing little image. So I have this, and I'm actually going to use the Versamark, which I used for my heat embossing before. But Versamark's main benefit is that it gives us a watermark look. So it gives us the same look as if we were stamping the coordinating ink onto the coordinating cardstock. So both of these were done with Versamark, and you can see it looks like I stamped with the Granny Apple Green there, and it looks like I stamped with the Melon Mambo there. So really versatile ink to put in your collection, because it replicates the color of ink, every color of ink, right? Alrighty, then the final finishing touch. I've given you an extra little strip of paper because this paper is so cute, and it's also a little bit longer too. Now, if it's driving you crazy to do that paper ribbon, I did give you a long enough strip so that you can add it as a border, but I wanted to try something a little bit different. So are you along for the ride with me, or did you end up going with the straight border piece? It's all right either way. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Let's talk about where we get these products from. So starting again with our mini catalog. And there's lots of retiring products on this page and on this card. So Merry and Bright is leaving us. I don't think there's any discount on either of those. Okay, no discount. Merry and Bright, no discount. So bundle and save 10% is definitely the best deal here. We've got the iridescent. Oh, where did my iridescent? Oh, here they are. Look at that. Good thing I'm pointing this out. Oh, squished your paper like a boss. Good job. Michelle, you're my hero. So we're going to take these little discs. These are like sequins, but without all the 3-dimension. And we can put these on. I'll just put them on 2 on the top and 2 kind of down at the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you check your workspace because I definitely did include them. You know it's a good sign when you don't have any of the little embellishments after you're finished sorting 48 kits. The Melon Mambo and Granny Apple Green foil sheets, these ones I think are 10% off. They are on sale. And then there's also the Merry, Bold, and Bright Designer Series paper, which is leaving us. This paper is so much fun. I only have a couple sheets left of this pack that I've opened. But look at these amazing prints. They're just so happy, and it doesn't have to be Christmas, right? This side, yeah, maybe that's Christmas, right? Little Santa hats. But look at that. That screams non-traditional to me. And you've got, just like you've got the different kinds of bulbs that you can cut out, the same thing for these designer series papers. You've got pointy bulbs and round bulbs in the stamps, the dies, and also in the paper. Matchy matchy. We love that. On page 33, this Christmas Tidings embossing folder is leaving us as well. This is the one that I used with that beautiful foil paper. Let's just double check here to see the price. 10% off for that embossing folder. And then from our annual catalog, we've got just one product from here, and that is our amazing 2 3/8 inch circle punch. So versatile. I love that one. You guys ready for our last card? It's our fun fold, but it's really simple. I think you're going to be really happy with this card. So, as a preface to this card, I'm going to maybe tell you a little bit about our online exclusives. So, we have constant new releases being added. And this is usually like every second month they'll do a big drop, or every third month they'll do a big launch of new products. But they're also adding kits all the time too. So definitely check online, and there's an online exclusive section that is going to give you a little bit more information. So this latest launch was on November 7th, and already, you guys, some of this stuff is selling out, but I think they are going to definitely add more stock as soon as it arrives from overseas. This is the one that's out of stock. These are birds and butterflies and birds. Little adhesive gold embellishments. Unfortunately, those ones are gone for right now. But what I really loved was this Meandering Meadows Suite. It includes the Garden Meadow Bundle, which you can purchase, bundle and save 10%. It includes designer series paper, gorgeous ribbon, and those adhesive back dragonflies and birds. So, or they're not butterflies, I was saying butterflies, but they're dragonflies. The Garden Meadow is such a refreshing product to come out at this time of year, where you might be feeling like you want some of that springtime energy. Maybe you're sick of making Christmas cards. I hope not, because you're watching this video. But maybe you're looking at like the next thing, right? You're ready to start feeling inspired by something else. And this stamp set's so great. It has so many images that are really fun to color and play with, as well as some great sayings. And the dies that coordinate with it give you a die for every single image in this stamp set, including some bonus images. So these ones are standalone. This little gate here is a standalone. Then you've got some grass, like longer grass, and even this little hill. What else do we have that's its own? Yeah, that's it. And then there's this beautiful little window. This opening here actually scores on the inside and the outside of the cutting edge. So I'll show you on the sample here. Let's see, there we go. So can you see the cutting line is this piece here, and then these little radiating pieces actually just get scored into the paper. So they'll score on the inside piece, so the piece that gets cut out, and then also the outside piece too. So the card that I've created is featuring this Garden Meadow opening window and some of our Christmas paper. So this is that Oh Holy Night paper, and this is kind of a fun fold card. So as we open up the card, then a little bit more of our starry sky is revealed, and then we flip up this piece here, and then you can see where I've got that stamp saying, and then that's where I'm going to write my little message. So this layout is really versatile for this like Christmassy look, but it's also really good for any type of designer series paper. So this is just a 3-inch wide piece. So I want to show you this other bit of this suite, and I'm going to use this little frame too. So these are our 6" by 6" hand painted designer series paper that are then printed and replicated for us to use on all of our handmade projects. You've got so many different designs in this. So again, a little bit more like that meandering meadow, beautiful field, so pretty, right? There's a little path. And if you have a chance, take a look on the Stampin' Up! Facebook page, because they've actually got a time-lapse video of the artist painting these beautiful creations. Incredible. I went to a paint night the other night, and I wish I wish I had talent like this. Let me just say, every one of these is just happier than the next, I think. We got these cute little daisies in a field. And the colors that she paints with, of course, are pretty close to Stampin' Up! Colors. And then what they do is scan it into the computer, take high quality photo images of her paintings, and then they go in with Photoshop and color coordinate so that these little flowers are the perfect coordinating Stampin' Up! Color. Oh, I love that. On the back sides, you got some floral images. Let me just see if I can show you this without dropping everything. And then some that are like just brush strokes and things like that. I like the brush strokes for like backgrounds, or you can even stamp on top of those. But my eye always goes towards those front images. So you might have to get 2 of these packs. One where you focus on the front and one where you focus on the back, right? So pretty. Look at this one. This has got lots of detail, but it's all very deep and dark. Again, more of those little brush strokes. This is kind of like army green with a bunch of greenery. Nice, almost wood grain on there too. But this is made to coordinate with the Meandering Meadows bundle, sorry, the Garden Meadow bundle, because look at this. Doesn't this just take it up a notch somehow? So pretty, right? I love color nerds too, Michelle. So again, these are available to everyone right now on, while supplies last, I suppose I need to say, but on the online store. So let's get started with creating our project with our fun fold. Yeah, I love color theory. I come from an architectural background, and so that's definitely something that's always caught my eye. And then 16 years ago, I guess, when I started Stampin' Up! Or when I first experienced Stampin' Up!, oh, it'd be almost 18 years ago, actually. I've been a demonstrator for coming up on 17 years, but I was a customer, a very good customer before that. Now I'm my best customer. But what caught my eye was the amazing coordinating colors. I just loved that it was matchy-matchy, and that's just my thing. I love matchy-matchy so much. So you can know that when you get the inks and the papers and the designer series papers, cardstocks, everything is going to coordinate. So even ribbons, you just have to match up that color, and then everything coordinates. Love that. I'll bring this out again here. So you're going to need a stamp set for a saying. So I'm using Stars at Night, and the coordinating color that I'm using is the Misty Moonlight, which is our cardstock color. You could go for the darker cardstock color, which is Night of Navy, or grays would look perfect as well. While I'm thinking of it before I stamp, I'm just going to take my Wink of Stella and my designer series paper and give it a little flick. When you do that, it's just going to add even more dimension onto this beautiful brushstroke paper with this image over the top. And now you've got little speckled sparkles. I don't know if you can even see that. There's so much dimension already there, but it just adds that extra little bit of sparkle. And then we'll set that aside to dry. You could even, I think I forgot to mention this on the first card there. This would work great on here too. So my sample that I did yesterday, I actually put that 𝙬𝙧𝙀𝙀 all over, little speckles all over. Might be hard to see with the camera. Oh my gosh, timber! Everything's falling. Here we go. Okay, put that to the side. Now, I've got this Merry Christmas coming from this stamp set, so Merry Christmas. And I've also got wishing you the best and brightest holiday season. So I'm going to do all my stamping all at once. This little tag was another whoops. I can't believe it. I gave you 2 punched shapes this month from Retired Punches. Oh my goodness. That's a sign that I have to go through my punches and label them all. I thought that was done, but I guess I didn't do it yet. So Merry Christmas goes on there. There's lots of different images that you could, like punch-shaped images that would work really well for that. And then the other thing that I'm going to stamp is just on the inside of the card. So as we open it and then open it, and we're going to have my stamped image here in the middle. So just lining it up the best that I can in the middle of my card. Wishing you the best and brightest holiday season. This actually has a die that coordinates with it from that Stars. This is the one that's 30% off. That die is really perfect for the stamping. Okay, putting away our ink so that we don't get ourselves messy. Sucker for the fun folds. They just have that wow factor. I know, I love it too, Priscilla. So I hope you enjoy that. Every month I give you at least one fun fold, and I try to switch it up so that you can be inspired to, you know, switch it up on your end too. I really like when I create a card to even make 2 of them, because I find that I like to keep one as a template especially. Ooh, don't adhere that yet. We want to put on this little border. So I just put some adhesive down the back's sides here. The sides of the back, not the back side. That's something very different. And you might have 2 strips, you might have 1 big long strip. I don't know why. I like doing it as a big long strip, but I hope that works for you. I'm going to do it from the front so I can match up that width. And you can choose whatever width that you want. Maybe you want a little bit more showing, maybe you want a little bit less showing. Now we will put that onto our little swing. So if you are a type of person who likes to make multiples of the cards, like I said, it kind of takes the same amount of time to do it twice as it is to do it once. So if that appeals to you, just let me know for the next round of Card Club. You can definitely have 2 sets of cards given to you. And that's why I do the 2 different color schemes, because I have people who just love that option, receiving 2 of them. You can see I really worked with a bone folder here to get a nice, crisp, clean fold. And then for the inside, I'm going to use a little bit of a tougher adhesive, this tear and tape. And when I pull that off, then that super sticky adhesive is going to help to hold this card together. Now, I do have some tips for you here, because as much as I tried to make this perfect, it might not be perfect. It might not be exactly equal here and here. And sometimes that's, you know, because you're folding the cardstock, or sometimes it slips a little bit as it goes through. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just kind of eyeball it through that front window. That front window is 3 inches wide, but I wanted to use the Designer Series paper that's 3 inches wide too. So you're kind of working within a small margin. I'm also using my table to make sure that it's all the way to the bottom here. So kind of using, you know, the window to align it, and then I'm just going to wrap this little tag around. So it might not be like perfectly centered, but at least in your window, you will have designer series paper peeking through all the way around. And then when you open it up, you've got even more peeking. Let's get this big, gorgeous star put on with some dimensionals. This is again from our hybrid embossing folder, which is 30% off while supplies last. And I just love this because with the gold foil, it really is a showstopper. It's so stunning. I'm going to make this one, because it's so large, I'm going to make it kind of tucked up a little bit. If you have a smaller one, or even this like a little more square version, you can just change the configuration. But I would start with the biggest one, biggest star that you have, and then work with your smaller stars around that. Then I'm going to just take my mini glue dots and put that on. I had a massage today, and I was a little bit concerned that, you know, sometimes you guys have a massage and then you get just so tired and relaxed. My massage is at 4 o'clock, and I was like, oh boy, this could go either way. I don't know. Where do I want this thing? Maybe I'll go down here like this. But it was perfect. She just got back from Disneyland, and so her and I just talked Disney the entire time of my massage, and I left there feeling so refreshed but also energized. It was the perfect massage for today. I feel like I had a little Disney trip out of it too. Okay, I'm going to take my little dimensional strips here, and I'm cutting just, again, some little thin strips, because I'll show you here how I would recommend putting this tag onto this so that it doesn't get glued, like gluing your card shut. All right, so I'm going to actually put the little pieces of dimensional just kind of along this opening. I'm using 4. I think that works really well. Go. I was watching earlier today too. I just have, sometimes when I'm working, I just have like some YouTube videos or something going in the background. And one of my favorite things is just watching, or watching but not watching, right? Just having it on the background. Walking through Disneyland videos because it makes me feel so happy. Here we go, you guys. This is your finished fun fold card. So because I put the little dimensionals here, 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 and here on the other side, then it leaves this nice and open and blank. It doesn't stick your card completely shut. And then when you open it, you get this beautiful starry sky with the gorgeous foil stars, and then you've got wishing you the best and brightest holiday season inside. Ta-da! Alrighty, I'll put this one here on the front because that's what I made it. You too, Michelle, I know you do. I know you watch those videos too. So any little escape that we can get, right? From our mini catalog, of course, this flag here means we've got those online exclusives that we talked about, and that's for that opening that we cut out. Now, this Oh Holy Night Mega Suite is just incredible. So last month we used the nativity scene, and I used this Night Divine stamp set. And then this month here, I'm using the Stars at Night stamp set with that beautiful Stars Hybrid embossing folder. So again, that's 30% off this month. So if you're interested in getting the stamps and the embossing folder that comes with the dies, that's a 2-pack right there, then just price it out and just make sure that it's still available. Unfortunately, like we talked about, those gorgeous little stars have sold out, but I think that these die cut images really give a wonderful alternative, and this here is just a showstopper with all that texture. The designer series paper is the Oh Holy Night, and I believe that's already gone. I was checking that yesterday and it wasn't showing properly, so my guess is that that's retired. Again, if that's something that interests you, please just let me know and I'll see what I have for my stash. and reserve it for you for January 4th. Stars at Night. This is the stamp set that I used. This one has a lot of imagery that is not specific to Christmas. So you've got your Merry Christmas, the wishing you the best and bright holiday season. And then they're celebrating the magic of the season, which I really like. And then all of these like kind of sparkler looking images. This one you could turn into fireworks, right? You've got little sprigs, this little 4 stars, which you could turn into a fun little border. These stars here could just make a starry camping sky, right? And this is just the most gorgeous embellishment. It almost looks, it could look like a little nautical compass if you wanted to as well. So I think this is a stamp set that's really versatile. So I know the Stars at Night hybrid embossing folder is on sale, but consider getting that stamp set too, because I think you're going to get a lot of use out of it. It's nice to have that beautiful Merry Christmas stamp too. I never can have enough of those because sometimes you just need like a slightly larger, smaller, different configuration, right? Oh, good night, Michelle. So good to see you. I'm really glad. What did you like? Oh, Tracy likes the fancy fold. I don't know which one you like, Michelle, but I'm going to guess it's maybe this one here. But if you guys are watching along, please tell me which of the cards you like the best. We use the Wink of Stella on this page here, and you know I messed up with the punch, but I wanted to show you this one here because this handmade tag I think would have been really, really fun had I grabbed it. So it can be used kind of vertically, or you can also turn it into a square. It's fun, right? Has like a bit of a Moroccan feel maybe. The decorative circle would have been another great one, and of course lasting label would have worked as well. So sorry I messed that up, but you've got lots of options there. So let's see which ones you like. So again, Tracy likes the fancy fold. Who else has written in? Nobody else has written in. I really want to know which ones you like. Now, okay, I know there's no hate on the tag, but it's probably not going to be the tag, right? Although the tag is fun, it's probably not the tag, right? So is it the fancy fold, the last one that we did there? Or is it our beautiful traditional red and green Christmas card? Is it our non-traditional? I should put these in the order in which we created them. So that was the first of the 3 official cards. So how about this one? This little disco party, the tag, or maybe even the paper pumpkin kit. That's all right. I'm so glad that you crafted along with me today, or if you are just watching the video, that is totally awesome as well. But if you're in Canada, please reach out to me. I have extras of this kit at the time of recording, and I also have other past kits that are available for you to craft along with my online videos. I have them on YouTube and on Facebook, so you can feel free to browse my library of videos and take a look at the projects that you love and just reach out to me. I'd be happy to send them to you. If you purchase 6 or more packages at one time, you actually get a special too, $5 off each of them. Or if you're interested in getting the current month's kit for free, just send me an order of at least $35 and I would be happy to mail this to you anywhere in Canada, or you can pick up from my place and I'll include an extra bonus card for you. So thank you again for tuning in. I so appreciate crafting together. It's always the highlight, and I hope we get to stamp again together very, very soon. Take care, you guys.